Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Capcom Podcast. I'm Cameron.
We're trying that again.
I'm getting a
I
drink.
I understand that we're setting a certain tone. No,
Well,
no. We're waiting. No. Not the right tone. No. But
there he is.
yes, that's good. That's good. I like that. That
Love
works.
that.
Please do this. Yes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Capcom Podcast. I'm Cameron.
Well, I'm Justy. What's up?
Mr. Spanky here.
And we're so excited to be here after 2.5 to 3 hours of technical difficulties. We were determined to really bring this together so we could talk about the hit movie of 2023 about my father. This- we went through trials, tribulations, but we knew that this was a monument of art that needed to be discussed with you today. Um, what's has been up, everyone? We have 5 seconds for personal stuff. Cameron,
I just came off a shoot and I'm exhausted.
all right, perfect. 5 seconds, Anthony. All right, Jack, you could take the extra 3 seconds that Anthony left over.
I am more rested than I have been on any podcast we've ever done.
This is fantastic. And I have nothing to talk about. So we could use that extra 5 seconds for the podcast. Yes. Cameron, I've been speaking for a while. So what do you know what this movie's about?
It's about a father.
That's right. Let's go. Yes.
I have so many thoughts about this film, and I think only three of them are good. And I believe three of them are good ones.
Ooh, 3 good thoughts. That's exciting.
Lillian, you
everyone.
in fact did witness it all. Oh boy.
What a little time.
Shout out to Lillian.
Shout out
And,
to
and,
is
and my
Lily in
mom.
the chat?
You know, this should be about my mother.
That's what it's all about. It's about my father. It's about family. It's about love.
Mm-hmm. Hard
Oh,
work.
about my father is about I don't remember character names.
Sebastian.
Thank you. It's about Sebastian, who has this cool girlfriend.
Yeah.
But Sebastian, fun fact, is of Italian heritage. Oh, I almost knocked you over. Is of Italian heritage. And his father, played by Robert De Niro,
Yes.
truly a person that did not deserve to be in this movie. It's not very nice, the movie. De Niro truly gave it his all, and it was not. I felt bad for him this whole entire time.
His deliveries are on point. I was very impressed consistently by.
Yeah, but he goes to his girlfriend's place for 4th of July, who is of English heritage, which is better, I guess. And so it's about him and his father.
It's about him and his father. Yeah, he's ready to make the big proposal to the wife, but his father and her parents they haven't met yet. We're gonna see what it's like when they all come together. His girlfriend's parents, they're a little they're very wealthy, a little snobby about their heritage. They were the original immigrants, and as we all know, the Italians came a whole 5 minutes later, so a little lesser as a result. And working through a lot of feelings. The Sebastian's father really wants him to work hard for he's raised him to really work for his achievements in life. And the girlfriend's girlfriend name is Ellie, right? Ellie. I know her from White Lotus. She got everything growing up, but is kind of a little sick of it as well. And Will, in this comedic mashup, the the families collide in a beautiful way, or will everything fizzle out and will love die and it's about a father? So, um, Cameron, would you like to? Well, you know what? Actually, Anthony was the one who recommended this
Wait,
one.
I gotta ask,
Oh, yes.
Jack, are you drinking today, or am I the only one that's actually drinking today? Because
Well,
I'm the only one who's not drinking, right?
Here's the thing. Baby Bo is at her first play date, so
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have time to run out because I was doing other things. So no, I am not drinking today. I have water. Uh,
cheers.
I was gonna go get some wine, do the whole thing. Then the liquor
See,
store's not up until 10. Blah
I
blah blah blah
yeah,
blah. Here I am.
I wanted to celebrate the shoot that I just had. That was done so well, and the team was so cool, and now I'm here.
Woohoo!
So I got myself a bottle of
Upgrade.
prosecco as a reward, and I drank it with some people, and then I'm drinking whatever's left.
That's
And I guess
exciting.
Anthony's drinking wine.
He is indeed. Anthony, first thoughts on the film?
Based. Yeah, I didn't know until Wikipedia-ing earlier today that he played himself.
Yep.
I knew they mentioned in the film it's based on true events, but I hope not every event is true. But
I kind of got the feeling because the character's name is Sebastian and his name's Sebastian, so that was kind of a dead giveaway.
I
That
hope that this film is 100% true. It would make it so much more entertaining for
and
me.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he actually killed a peacock, I don't care.
The people can't be spoiled on this camera. They need the full experience. Jack, what do you think? What do you think about opinions? And
So first thoughts. It's hard not to draw comparisons to Meet the Fockers because it's basically the same concept. It's two culturally different family dynamics, and them clashing for the first time, and how we're going to make this work. Also, Robert De Niro being in it makes it hard not to draw comparisons there, but he was actually on the other side of the coin this time. Uh, so it was basically just Meet the Fockers, only the opposite.
I need to interject here because Lillian said spelling was wrong. That's on me. I made this graphic 10 seconds ago, so I'm going to re-edit that graphic real quick.
It was, I will say, Ellie, what's her, Leslie Bibb. It was nice to see her play kind of the nice girl because you're used to her kind of being a frigid bee. So that was, I kept waiting for her to like be mean, but she was sweet. So that was nice to see.
I wasn't sure what to expect in that regard. Very early on, I was thinking to myself, okay, she is lighting up this movie. she is fun, and I really like her dynamic with Sebastian. I'm used to saying Seb because of the Seb on this podcast. Uh, but but I was really afraid. I was taking down notes like I really hope this doesn't turn around and she turns out to be like the worst. And then
I
no,
was there
throughout
with
the
you.
movie
I
she's
was
just
right there with you.
this calling that sweet, delightful person. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I am in for that. More overall thoughts. I'm kind of in a similar boat to y'all. I think I liked it at least a little bit more than Cameron did. It really depends on the scene for me. Some scenes I'm like, okay, this is fun, this is neat. Especially in the first half, I felt like there were quite a few scenes where I'm like, okay, we're talking, we're talking, we're talking, we're talking. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it
saying
was.
this,
I felt that for the
saying the
first like
obvious feelings to the camera. But what were you gonna say, Cam?
the first 30 minutes could have been shortened to 15.
Agreed.
There's a lot of exposition, and it's like
Yes.
yes. Once we get, I think it would have had a lot more fun if this had been a 75-minute film, and we have a little bit of exposition and we jump right into them being at the house. I think that would have made this such more enjoyable as an experience because that's where the comedy comes from. It's like I truly don't need a 20-minute voiceover narration of everyone's lives.
Because it is a very long, like, okay, where the he and the girlfriend, we're gonna have a talk about going to this thing, and they're gonna talk about what they're gonna say to the dad, and then we talk to the dad, and we talk those things out again, and he needs to tell the girlfriend what he said, and we're gonna talk about that for like, but it's a lot of like, okay, we're gonna go back and forth, and have these long conversations about what we're gonna do. So yeah, I agree that I feel like the first 20 minutes could be 10, 15 minutes. Something in those lines. But some scenes hit hard when we're just having like authentic, conversations that aren't just these are the feelings that the characters are feeling in this movie, and just letting things kind of play out more naturally. It depends. Again, this movie's very depends on the scene. Some scenes are making me laugh. And that those are especially when Doug is involved, the Ellie's younger brother.
Oh,
Uh, and
hilarious.
there are
Hilarious.
scenes where hijinks ensue, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, things are happening. But and there's a peacock scene where I'm just uncomfortable. So like it's a balance of things,
Nope, nope, it was not. Nope, nope, no.
Okay,
I
we can
truly
put
had to
the
watch that twice to make sure that I heard correctly what was just said. We'll get to the spoiler in a moment. I would like to give my thoughts, if that's okay.
please
I
do.
seemingly liked it the least, which doesn't usually happen because I'm usually very kind to films. Um, I feel that my
I kissed him on
reviews
the
are
head.
usually
Mwah.
like a 6 out of
Yes.
10, and this is not that. Um, I look. I think there are some one-liners from Robert De Niro that hit so hard it's really funny. It makes me audibly laugh. I 100% understand Anthony that especially with his background, I think it hits close to home with him. I truly feel this is a poor man's Meet the Fockers or Meet the Parents, and I cannot I cannot talk about a film highly if you're just gonna do something with a twist that kind of feels meh to me, especially because it's like it's the same thing except you add like the Italian heritage into it because not even like the British heritage brings anything into it. They don't have their own thing in there, right? And
Rich
so
culture.
sure, but again, that's Meet the Fockers, right? Like that's the point. It's like it's the same thing.
Yes, as a person who's seen Meet the Fockers, I agree. Yes.
Yeah, and the British
Um,
heritage honestly didn't really come through because they're so, OG American that they're really just American at this point. It's not like they're first generation, second generation, third generation, Their
as
family's
as
been here for so long that it's just innately American.
as someone who is like 1.5 generations American, right? Like my dad's second gen, my mom's first, and my mom's an immigrant, like right? Like it I don't know. I don't know. I always have this thing with like talking about talking about heritage. And we were just talking about it today on set where it's like this joke of like, oh, you're German too, cool. And then it's like, nope, you're actually like your great grandfather came here from Germany back in the 20th century. And I'm like, well, I cannot relate to you whatsoever. It's a very different experience. This is something so uniquely American as a concept that's like we talk about the heritage from 3, 4 generations ago, that it's a very interesting and fascinating concept that I'd love to write a paper about at some point. But I don't know. I just felt some things fell flat. I felt it was too in your face and too over the top. And also, especially like voiceovers, I think have to be done so well. and I didn't feel the voiceovers in this film brought anything to it except spoon feeding you the exposition that I thought already was visible on screen, right? And so that's why I think I detract from it, because I look at this and go, this is something so not super original, and so like it's well done, I guess. Like it's not like terribly done, but I look at it and go, this is not the most original piece, and it's not something that I would want to watch again, personally. So
And on to the spoiler section, where we will talk about all the zany, happy, fun hijinks.
all the zany, happy, fun hijinks.
All
Lillian,
those, yeah.
I can't speak for the Lillian writes, are all of you guys okay? You guys look so tired and concerned. I'm exhausted. Yep, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I'm exhausted.
Cameron was almost not on this podcast, but came in to save us from technical difficulties. None of the rest of us
Cheers.
sleep. So, but I'm trying to bring the happy, zany energy that About My Father deserves. We all are. We're here to support cinema, and that's what it's all about at the end. And
I mean, there was definitely some good.
Sure,
sure. There was definitely some good. It kind of emphasizes the point of hard work. That was, clearly instilled. He wanted to make that a point that, not everybody's fed something on a silver spoon. So the importance of hard work, the importance of, like, I guess, acceptance, being accepted.
You guess. I just love how you said that.
By both, your family, when you decide to maybe stray a little bit, and then also the acceptance of the other family. So there was a couple good things. I mean, 90-minute runtime, so I have trouble, saying, well, it could have been shorter. 90-minute runtime, you're in and you're out of there. But with that, none of the ideas really fully get fleshed out. But I went in with, modest expectations, so it kind of delivered what I expected. So it was, I had a fine time with it.
But you still seem that on a high note as I thought you did. I think it seems to me that you didn't come in with the highest expectations, and so they met.
Yeah, I mean, we set expectations pretty good on it, so I got out of it what I thought I was going to get out of it.
Okay, that's fair. No, it's super valid. I think I thought it was. You know what? I think because Robert De Niro was in it, I thought it was going to be better than it was. I think that's my issue. Well, but I also forget that De Niro has also done stuff that's not always the best. You know what I mean? Like I always think of him as like a Goodfellas actor, as like a Killers of the Flower Moon actor.
A lot of the scenes are great.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, but I'm not. But I'm saying is like I know when I see some actors in films, I know that there's something special in there because they really pick and choose the films that they make. I thought De Niro was one of those actors, right? And sorry, go ahead, Anthony. Is he originally from Italy? I thought he was an immigrant. I thought he's first generation. Yeah, I think he's first gen. By the way, I've had not food since lunch, and that was 4 hours ago, and I am already feeling this alcohol because I've had a 3/4 bottle of Prosecco. So let's go.
Go team.
Honestly, I think the two moments of this film that made me feel the most uncomfortable was the haircut and the peacock.
You didn't think the haircut looks good?
I think the hair actually, like, hot take, I think the hair looks good, but I think
I thought so too. Yeah,
it's the conversation afterwards where he's like,
"You don't do that to someone without them knowing."
Right? It's like I do it based on the aura, and I'm like, I don't like that. No.
There was something fascinating there that they really hit it off together. They really felt like they could relate to one another, and then all of a sudden he's like, I want her hair to look like mine. It's just so specifically bizarre in a way I wouldn't consider otherwise.
It was really funny because they finally did hit it off, and then you were like, oh man, okay, they're turning the corner. He's like, oh no, but I just respect you, and I just kind of to only respect myself, so I wanted you to look like me.
A little silly to think about in hindsight, though, that it took her to the end of the haircut to notice that something was a little off.
Yeah, it's a little wild. It's
But
a little
just
wild.
don't think about that. Just don't think about it. Don't think of.
Again, but that's this film though. It's just don't think about that for like an hour and a half straight. Because if you
Come
really look under the
on.
surface too much, I start to see plot holes and issues.
It's silly. It's silly. It's
Oh, Carl Alto's on here. I
there was
wondering, right?
multiple Dad and Doug scenes. Are we just gonna not embrace this? I love Doug.
Doug's a great
I-
character.
Doug's great.
He reminded me of the younger brother from 51st States, Wedding Crashers.
Right,
When,
right.
and draw the parallels there too, because they go to this uber rich family's home, and then you see the family, the brother's perfect, the sister's perfect, then you get to the youngest brother and he's just off his rocker.
Well, we get there and we meet the older brother, and he's meant to be like this pompous jerk, very over the toply so. And I'm writing my notes to myself like, please don't make us spend like the whole movie with this guy. I don't think I can take this. I'm not gonna be able to handle this. I'm gonna be sick. Uh, but then we actually like he's pretty bearable throughout the movie. He's pretty background, and I'm like,
Yeah, I think
okay, yeah,
the
sure.
opening scene with him on the boat is like the worst, or I don't think that's the opening, but him on the boat is like the worst of it, and then it kind of gets
Yeah, and
better.
then
from
he
there.
kind of just like is whatever after that. I'm like, okay, yeah, that works for me. Like let's like exposit that this guy sucks, and then he'll just have some quippy one-liners here and there, and not actually be a problem. Great, I'm in for that.
Amazing, perfect.
Like what I do. One interesting element of this movie is the parents both like simultaneously like suck and are like kind of like just sweet confused people. And like it depends on the scene how they're going to be portrayed at times.
I think that's the other issue with
Possible.
this film. It's
Okay,
that
yeah.
the Ellie's family, except for the brother who doesn't actually have an issue, doesn't have an issue with everyone. It's so one-sided, it makes it not engaging. It's like unless you've come from that background, it's so hard to be like, well, I see true conflict here because it feels so like manufactured. You know what I mean? Like it's just like if because I think right in Meet the Parents, it's like or Meet the Fockers, it's like both the fathers have issues with each other, and that's what creates all the comedy, that's what creates all the conflict, that's what makes it so interesting.
Okay,
This
yeah.
film, it's so like Robert De Niro is like, and then he just doesn't have issues with them because he just like acts normal. And then the only main issue after that is like, oh, well, I killed the peacock to make food, to make face, and now we need to deal with that. Which,
And they
fun
never
fact,
find out.
doesn't become an issue because they
We're
just
good,
blame
yeah.
the dog. Like that's like such my main issue of this film. It's just like I look at it and I go, but like you
Conflict
could
light.
have been better. It's like it feels so much like they put the emphasis on I'm from Italian heritage, and that's the big thing. And like again, for someone like Anthony, I totally get why you watch this movie and you go, I connect to it 100%. It is why when I watch a film like Minari, even though he's Korean and I am German and I'm like my mom is German, I connected to that story so much because it's talking about what it means to be a first generation American. And when I talk to others, it's like that's what they feel as well. But like if I take a step back and look at it as a film and as that, I cannot in good conscience go, man, this is art right here. It's about as artistic as Ellie's paintings.
Whoa. If you put them horizontally, they look like sunsets, Cameron.
I know. I felt bad for her because right away when she was like, "Yeah, someone bought them all up," I was like, "Well, that doesn't make sense." And then you find out that her dad runs all those hotels, and I was like, "Well, this is gonna come to a head."
Yeah, I caught on to that too because I'm also really smart and stuff.
You had to see that coming.
I wasn't thinking actively
There
about
was
it.
there was an etch of me that was like, oh, the parents bought it, did they? And then I forgot
100%.
about
I
it.
was like, "Oh, they bought that."
Well, because they introduced that concept before we know they're rich, right? Or am I blanking on that?
No, the voiceover made it very clear at the very beginning that she is rich and that her parents are from the Mayflower. I believe that was
Right. No, you're
like and that's why I go, don't put voiceovers in your movies. Just stop.
well, if he's a comedian, it makes sense that he would want to make the jump from I make monologues on a stage to I make monologues in a movie, right? He also was in The Irishman.
Sure. I assume he was great. I don't remember who he was in The Irishman. I actually really enjoyed that movie, even though it was like a 3.5 hour long movie. It was really long.
You
But it
know, one thing I appreciate in this movie was at the end of the thought, Cameron.
that was it. That was it.
One thing I appreciate in this movie is that how they don't make fun of these characters for like having feelings and crying. I'm kind of like there's these like sweet sentimental moments where they'll start shedding tears and like that's how I feel. I love you, man. Referring just calling his dad, saying to his dad, "You're my hero, man." I'm like, oh yeah, it's sweet. I like that. Like I appreciate that it's not the kind of
My
comedy that's like afraid of like just letting people have sincere moments here and
no.
there.
However,
However,
I believe I remember correctly. The first part of the film prefaces on that they don't show emotions as a family, and they show emotions, and it's cool.
they're not good at smiling specifically.
Correct, but like
No Italian's good at smiling.
now I can't hear you, Anthony.
I can hear Anthony.
I hear him. I hear him.
You were saying, Cameron.
I truly I don't know. I go in this film and I go, I'm sad.
It did take me a while to get into it. I won't lie, but I was like, I'm here. I'm gonna pay attention. This is that's the minimum for a movie. Here we go. um, Why didn't the mom just put on a wig if she was so hateful of the haircuts? These are the
Actually,
questions.
I the thing about the haircut that was interesting was she hated it, right?
Right.
But then when she went on that show after, she like killed it, and she was like
Yep.
almost more confident, and maybe she was just mad about the haircut, but it seemed like she had more confidence,
Sure.
and it's almost like the haircut brought that out of her. So maybe it
And-
was the
and-
thing that it's like you don't know what you need type situation.
to Cameron's point earlier about conflict, I mean, like, it is kind of just one of those things again in the movie where it seems like it's going to be a point of contention, and then like off screen, sort of, we find out that the haircut gets sensationalized, and the whole world loves it. It's like, oh, okay, we're good now. And okay,
That happens a couple times.
after the
where-
worst apology attempt ever, of course. But
Did you just apologize and then compliment yourself?
that was a good bit. Yeah, it
A
felt
lot of
authentic.
a lot of the issues and the problems that get brought up in the film, it almost seems like they're too easily resolved. It's like
little bit.
it's like this big problem, but then they kind of just like blast right by it. Next scene, it's not
But
really brought up.
that's
and you just go right, blast right past it.
but
Yeah.
that's the whole film, I feel like, as far as conflict
Yeah,
goes.
there's no
Also,
real.
Lillian
Lillian.
asks, "What is his haircut?" We keep talking about is a good haircutter. It is a great
It's
haircut.
beautiful.
However, she doesn't like
Dignified.
it. She doesn't like
I
it.
mean,
And
It
that's
was a woman
the
who
issue.
had like luscious hair, and then it gets cut short like mine.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. It's that classic Italian barber's haircut, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you know
He's
what
got
Robert
away
De
with the
Niro's hair
hands.
looks like, it looked like Robert De Niro's hair.
I might have spilled my drink.
Yes,
Yay.
that
I
means
am.
we're going off the rails finally.
I-
Lost
I'm
child?
gonna clean myself up because I have a party to go to after this. The moment.
Go.
La 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 la. Thank you, Cam. Jeez and crow. All the money in the world and no wig. Well, no, but okay, but to the point.
Well,
Yes.
why wear a wig when you have beautiful hair? I don't have beautiful hair, so that's why I would buy a wig. But
You have
But if
very
she hates
beautiful
the
hair.
haircut, why not just get a wig?
Just because you don't have a lot of hair doesn't mean you have beautiful hair.
that's true. That's true.
So you have
But
beautiful hair.
But yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see her reaction to going viral for a haircut. But that is kind of the nature of this narration thing, where we skip reactions and then just kind of.
And we're
learn
just
the thing.
over to the next plot point.
Next
That's
thing
my
on the
real
list.
issue, because I didn't expect all that much, but the conflict revolution, everything was just so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stopped a plane. Remember, he stopped a plane. That's kind of a
Jack?
big deal.
Jack.
Were there other
Yeah.
people on that
Good
plane?
point.
Did he ruin their day? I'm curious.
No one has commented on the fact that I have a points board now properly. It's not just randomly hanging.
Point for Cameron.
Point for
Yeah.
Cameron for fixing the board. We love that.
I
Is
didn't
that
fix
a
it.
C
I
for
truly.
Jack? What does a
Just
C mean?
six. It's just not a good
Oh.
looking
Oh, I
six.
see. Yeah, it's bad. Give me a moment.
Everyone, podcast stop.
There you go.
I'm also blind.
Podcast resume.
Also, I have another cool trick, you guys. Do you guys want to see another cool trick?
Or you can do
Sure
like a
do.
backflip.
No, but I think this is a cool trick anyway.
Mario.
Ta-da! My camera's bright now.
Look at that.
He can make
Look at that.
Alexa do it.
I
Look
can,
at that.
but I'm not going.
A caveman could not do that.
But now my podcast background is complete.
Let's go.
You know what I will say about the mom, not in regards to the haircut, but her name's Tigger, which is awesome.
That's great. The fact that
yeah.
she's a senator from Maryland also and very funny.
And her name is Tigger, which you just absolutely love to see. My daughter loves Tigger, goes crazy for him.
Is
yeah.
that it? Like, is that
Tiger?
all part of the true story? By the way,
Yes, I believe so.
Probably.
Well,
I know
Lillian
the
wants to see the
parents are
Beatles
very,
car.
very well off in real life.
There's the Beatles card. I am so off the rails today. It's great.
One of my final
No.
notes quoting how they said, and it's a story about two different brands of immigrant families coming
Mhm.
together. And I'm like,
Eh,
what?
I wouldn't say that. I would
Is
say
that-
it's a love story.
Well, no, but that's the thing they say at the end of the movie. And I was like, yeah, you could word
sure
it that
about that?
way in the
sure
sense
about
that
that?
any family is an immigrant family, I guess.
Yeah, at that point. Because
Not any, but I guess the majority within this country.
No, it was one immigrant family and one family that's been in America since before America existed.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why Ellie liked Sebastian in the first place, because of how he was raised.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the hard work that the dad instilled, and that's why she liked him in the first place, because he's so much not like her family.
And then he proposes. She says yes. Yay. So he didn't take the job at the end, right? And
No, he did not take
No,
a job.
he
Because
didn't.
they
So
stayed
they
the same
stayed.
place.
I don't know.
I was curious what a little bit more about like that discussion. I could use a few more.
They skip right over it. They kind of make you. They tell you essentially earlier that it's just him and his dad in Chicago, and he doesn't want to leave his dad alone. Again, conflict resolution. They don't really talk about it much, but at the end, it seems like he goes back to Chicago.
He does.
Yeah, he definitely does.
I
would be
Lillian
curious
just
to-
wrote this made me realize that there's so many Americans on this podcast right now. Lillian, there's usually one other German, and that's it. Everyone else is usually an American on this podcast. We are a group of people from the U.S. And I am half German, half American, and grew up in the U.S. And that's how I know these lovely people, because I've actually worked with all of you guys to some capacity.
We
Fun
stumbled
fact.
into each other one day, and the
stumbled.
rest is history. Now
The
we're in
rest-
love.
Roommate.
And then they were roommates. Cheers to that.
Clink.
One thing that I
time?
really
Go
No,
for
no,
it,
go-
Anthony.
the one thing I really enjoyed about this film, I don't know if you guys have seen his comedy stuff. There's a lot of small references to his comedy jokes within the movies.
I have seen a few.
Prior to the movie, like the in the beginning of the scene when he put he put antifreeze on the in the garden to get rid of the animals. Like, that's a joke he says in "Aren't You Embarrassed" in his comedy skit, which was like 5 years ago, or when I was in college. I don't even know how long that was.
Mhm.
There's a lot of like cool references like that like I enjoyed, but you only know that if you watch the comedy before the movie.
See, I think that's such bad storytelling, to be honest. Like, I think
Cameron Spector.
here's the thing, right? I love my references, but if that's the reason why you're loving a movie,
It's a bonus.
not great.
It's
It's a bonus.
cherry
It's not
on
why I
top.
love
if
it. It's just
that's
bonus.
like, oh, that's a highlight of the film, like,
No.
you know,
Maybe not a highlight, but it's
Cameron,
similar
can't we
to
give
an
fun facts
Easter
here?
egg. in
These are
other
just
stuff.
fun facts.
Yeah, it's cute. It's a cute.
It's
little
like,
Easter
it's like an Easter egg
Fun
where
fact.
if you know the other work, sometimes you pick up
That's
things
fair.
that
That's fair.
someone
That's
who's seen something for the first time wouldn't pick up on that stuff.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Now I see where Cam's coming from, where you can't make that like
True.
there has to be required reading, or you're not gonna get it. That's not good. But if they,
Unless it's a
pepper in-
sequel. If it's a
they
sequel,
pepper in
then you
some
can
inside
require
joke.
reading.
It's a
Like
sequel.
that, I
I
get
mean,
that. If it's a sequel, it's a part 2, then I can understand that you need some required reading to understand everything. Now, I think a film should stand on its own period, but
I
like,
mean,
understand
everything
what
is
you mean.
context. You need to be aware of the culture. You gotta,
I'm sorry, Jack. I interrupted you. That was rude of me. I am.
No.
all
Jack,
over the
please
place.
say more words. Jack, we need your wisdom.
Well, I pretty much got that point across, but I will pivot to the one brother, Luck, because he's so lucky. The actor, Anders, I do love him, and I think he is funny. So I would have liked to see him be a little funnier.
Yeah, I felt like he was surprisingly removed from a lot of the movie.
He wasn't really.
I was
part
kind of
it,
dreading
he
him
was
at
then,
first, and then he kind of just wasn't there all that much. Like, he's physically there, but not. He doesn't really get scenes.
yeah. Right.
Even
I
like
would have liked.
we
I would have
mentioned
liked
Doug.
to see
Doug gets
more out of
scenes.
him. They focused more. The other brother got more.
Yeah, which is interesting because you get a whole real introduction for Lucky, whereas Doug is kind of like passed over as like, oh, that's the weird kid in the corner, just a little
Right.
passing joke.
But
But
then
then
he
Doug
gets
gets
more
scenes,
time.
and the Lucky
Right.
doesn't really.
Right.
It's interesting.
Which was I thought that was weird.
He has a girlfriend, actually, and it's not just a Nigerian.
Michelle's
cat.
real. Michelle's real.
real. Cheers to that.
And the parents seemed a little uncomfortable for certain reasons. Who's to say that?
Racism.
Oh, I guess
Oh.
someone is to say.
Oh, okay.
That being said, guys, do we have any other points to bring to this movie?
Eat some lasagna.
I think, guys, it's time to rate
that movie.
This conversation has convinced me to give it a 6 out of 10 instead of a 5 out of 10. So
Yes.
Can we get a 7?
no, you truly, the 6 out of 10 is nice. The 6 out of 10 is really nice.
I like both these options. The 6, the 7.
Jack, you go next.
So I'm in the opposite boat of you because I was at a 6, and after this conversation, I'm closer to like a 5, but it's in the middle.
Damn.
I know, because I came into on Anthony, I liked it, and now all of a sudden, I don't know if I like it as much. I'll still, we'll just call it 3 stars, and it's about like a 58.
I need to do my letterbox.
We'll
I'm going to
we'll
do that on
round
my
up.
way to my.
I might give it a 9.9989. It's almost there. It's almost there. I think if there's a little more Doug, it could have gotten all the way up.
Valid.
But like,
Valid.
we're almost there. We're almost there. What do you? And
Valid.
Anthony, rate
I
that
Give
movie.
it an 8 out of 10. You know, it's just how I grew up. That's how I
Valid.
was raised.
Valid.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
That being said, you guys, I know this is a short one, and it's kind of our fault, but I have to run to a party, so I have to be cool and shit.
I have to be cool.
You guys, thank you so much for watching this amazing Capcom podcast episode. Yeah. My name's Cameron.
I'm hungry.
Ooh, I'm hungry too.
I can
I'm
eat.
having some food.
And
we'll see you-
we're Capgun.
We'll
Thanks
see you guys in
for
2 weeks.
watching.
Bye.